Jimmy James, we are back. You're watching Catch It Live first. We have now got coming up for you Moto 2 race from Catalunya. I've just been listening to Jake Dixon on the grid. Doesn't sound too optimistic, but was saying that tyres are going to be an issue in this race. He won this race last year, let's not forget. And he did say the fastest guy is not necessarily going to be the winner. It's going to be who can look after the tyres. Fingers crossed, Jake can. Did you see Sam Laws? They've just interviewed Sam Laws on the grid. He tripped over something and fell on the way off the grid. That's a joke. He didn't. But you know what Sam Laws is like for crashing. It wouldn't have surprised me one little bit. Calamity Sam. That guy grabbed more defeats from the jaws of victory than anyone I know. Although Jake Dixon's come in a close second recently. Let's hope he can sort it out this time. Let's quickly do the starting grid from yesterday's qualifying. Garcia P1, Aldeguer P2, Vietti in 3, he's going to drop back. Canet in 4, Arenas 5, another good one from Arenas. Gonzalez in 6, Munoz 7th, that's a good performance from the young lad, came from nowhere. Lopez in 8th, Joe Roberts in 9th, Ayagura in 10th. I'm going to go for either a Jake Dixon victory or Ayagura, purely because I think Ayagura will look after his tyres from P10. So let us know. I've just got the chat up there now, so please let us know what your thoughts are. Put them in the chat. That's what it's there for. So if we can have just sorting final few bits out. Hopefully, if you look over here, this screen is going to update as the race goes on. It's not the fastest, but anything that is faster, then Dorner will be complaining about it. So yeah, please give us a share, subscribe, click that like button, and ping that notification bell so you can keep up to date with what we've got coming for you. So that was your top 10 from qualifying. We had Dixon, he qualified in 11th, said there was a bit of a cock-up in qualifying, obviously. I think his race pace is probably 5th or 6th. Let's go with that. 6th, definitely. Let's be confident and say 5th. But if he can look after his tyre, then who knows? But this is going to be an odd race, I can just tell you now. And the MotoGP coming up, that's going to be an odd race also, because of tyre wear, for sure. So we had just finished off the grid. In 12th was Agius, Guevara in 13th, doing a bit better. Arbolino shocking in 14th, Van der Gerber 15th, Chantra 16th, Philip Salach in 17th, and Darren Binder 18th. Some odd qualifying positions from yesterday. But they are what they are. Make the most of it. The guys have just done the warm-up lap. They're on the grid. Let's hope everybody gets around T1. Here we go. The lights are on and they're off. Garcia popped a little wheelie there. Right, we're approaching T1. A lot of weaving going on there. Oh, my word. Arenas. Oh. Guevara and Chantra have gone down at T1. For a minute then, I thought it was Dixon. So we've got a yellow flag at Sector 1, Sector 2. It was Isan Guevara, Jake Dixon's teammate. And it was Songkat Chantra. I just had my heart in my mouth then when I saw the colours and I thought, oh, not turn one. Somebody else has gone down at the back there. That's a heavy crash. I couldn't see who that was because it's in the distance. But there's a lot of people looking for traction out there at the minute and it isn't there. Ayumu Sasaki's crashed at the back. That's who it was. He's going to be okay though. But that was a quick crash for sure. Yeah, so Dixon is still in the race. Under investigation, Chantra and Guevara. That's by the stewards. Let's get this first lap over and done with. Let them all sort themselves out, and then we'll do a rundown of the top 10. Oh, blimey O'Reilly, governor. Right, so we're just coming up to the end of lap 1. We have got, in first place, Garcia, Arenas in second, Aldeguer in third, Ayagura in fourth, there's my man, good start, Vietti in fifth, Lopez in sixth, Munoz in seventh, good, he's done well on these opening laps, the young lad, hasn't he? Aaron Cannett's in eighth, Senna Aegis is in 9th, Dixon's in 10th, up 1 spot. Come on, Jakey boy! Oh, come on, Jake. We've got a group at the front now of 3, 7, 8, say. They're just going to show the restart now. So everybody pretty much went to the right-hand side, as you do. My word, there's some lucky. It was it Roberts who started that? I don't know, the stewards will have a look at it anyway. Aldeguer's just taking Garcia at the front. So there's those two just making a bit of a break. Somebody's just gone down there. I'm sure I just saw someone. There's yellow flags in sectors 3 and 4. And Diogo Moreira's just crashed out. I thought I saw somebody go down. But Munoz, the young lad, has crashed at turn 10. What a shame for him. He's come from nowhere, and he had a good weekend. Don't confuse him with David Munoz, who's just raced in Moto 3. Garcia's retaken the lead from Aldeguer at turn 1. There's the yellow flag in sectors 3 and 4. Yeah, he's not letting him have it his own way. My fear is, well, not fear, because it's going to make it exciting, let's be honest. These 19 laps to go, they're going to have to start taking care of these tyres. 100%. 100%. If you don't, your lap times are going to start dropping off an absolute cliff. So at the front we've got Garcia and Aldeguer. They've got almost a half a second gap to Arenas in third, Vietti in fourth, Lopez fifth, Ayagura sixth, Aaron Canet seventh, Senna Aegis is in eighth, Jake Dixon's in ninth now with Joe Roberts behind him. I got a feeling Roberts could have a little penalty coming his way though, unless I've misidentified him. But that incident into turn 1 was caused by Roberts from what I saw. That was getting tight between Aldeguer and Garcia, and Aldeguer's just taken the lead again. I just fear that they are taking too much tyre life out too early. Don't forget to use the chat. Right, 18 laps to go. Quick shout out to our stream sponsor, Jalex Pet Products, link in the description. Use promo code Jimmy James and get a 5% discount on all online orders. Aldeguer was braking hard into turn one then. He's taken Garcia, but he almost took Garcia's braking space. He didn't. He was very professional there, was Aldeguer, and skilled, because he was drifting it in, shall we say. But he, oh dear me. Alonso Lopez up to his old tricks. He's just taken Vietti, but that's why I don't like Lopez, I've got to say. I'm not talking about as a person, don't know him as a person, but just some of the moves he pulls on track. There's hard racing, rubbing his racing, we know that, but he always seems to be that step just too far. So by the by, Roberts is in 11th, and I'm convinced he's got a penalty coming. Jake Dixon's not too far off the lead in 9th. I've got a feeling, like I said, that Aldeguer knows how to look after his tyre. I think the front tyre is the one that's going to be causing the issue, and I've not seen what everybody's running yet. Hopefully they'll put the lists out soon. Manuel Gonzalez has crashed out. Yeah, he's okay though. His teammate Arenas is going well in 3rd. Yellow flag, sector 3 and 4. That'll be for that crash. If you look over here now, it should be updating. Like I say, it's not the fastest, but it's giving you an indication. Put it that way. Right, stewards. No further action taken after reviewing incident involving Chantra, Guevara and Roberts. Whether Roberts got pushed wide as well, maybe, because you couldn't quite see there. So, but you've got to take the, stewards know what they're doing. Good for Joe Roberts. He's currently in 10th place, just behind Jake Dixon. In fact, funnily enough, he's on screen now, is Roberts. He's 4 or 5 lengths behind Dixon. Dixon's looking alright. 17 laps, so that's a long way to go, this, isn't it? The speed, the rate they're going at with these tyres. Lopez took Arenas there, but went too wide, and Arenas back underneath him. He's ragged, isn't he, Lopez? You don't often see him make a measured move, do you? It's always using somebody else for him to stay on the track. He needs to be in a Dodgem car, not on the back of a Moto 2 machine. He's now slipstreaming Arenas into turn 1. He outbrakes Arenas, runs a little bit wide, but manages to hold the position. So your top 3 now will be Aldeguer, Sergio Garcia and Alonso Lopez. Arenas in 4th, Aldeguer in 5th, Vietti in 6th, Aaron Canet 7th, Senna Regis in 8th. He's got a track limits warning already. Blimey. Dixon in 9th, Joe Roberts in 10th. Zonta van der Gerberg in 11th. That's a good start for him. He had a bit of a shitty qualifying, didn't he? Up front, nobody's really getting away. It's a little bit Moto 3-ish, which is going to be not good for your tyres, let's be honest. Let's hope Dixon's looking after us and he's going to come on late in the race. Like I said, won this race last year, did Dixon, so fingers crossed. Tony Arbolino, long lap penalty, shortcut at turn 2. How many riders today are going to have a long lap penalty for that shortcut at turn 2? You know which side of the bollard you've got to go. Apparently YouTube wasn't responding then, so hopefully the stream's looking alright. 15 laps to go. Gear in P1, 0.5 of a second in the lead from Garcia in second, who in turn is 1.6 seconds in the lead of Lopez. They are definitely at the front, definitely using a lot of tyre. A lot of rear tyre, that is. The front tyre's going to be limited as well, isn't it? So I'm assuming that they're going to use a hard front tyre. I'm waiting for the list to come up. Yeah, Jake Dixon's in the back of the shot there. It's going well enough. Just open the studio. It's saying there's an issue with the stream. Fingers crossed it'll be alright. If you can let us know in the chat if everything's okay, that'd be great. And if you haven't done so already, why are you doing that? Click on the subscribe, will you, please? We need 1,000. I'm miles off it yet. Right, it's all steady as you were. Denis Onchu's got a track limit warning down in 16th. Not seen much of Denis Onchu this year, have we? I think he's learning his trade this season. Right to do so as well. Gear's still out front. We're just watching Dixon go around. Let's see what he's doing here. He's not sliding into the corners. He's looking smooth coming out of the corners. So hopefully he is looking after his tyre, and it could pay dividends at the end. What a nice shot in the arm that'd be if he could at least get a podium, or hopefully a victory. Still a long way to go in this, 14 laps. Yeah, no sliding there from Dixon. Got all his ducks in a row there. Smooth on the power. Ayagura's in 4th. We know what Ayagura can do with a tyre. And that's why I get a feeling Ayagura's going to win this for me. Aldeguer's got a second lead at the front now from Garcia. In turn, he's got a gap of 1.3 seconds to Lopez in 3rd. Ayagura in 4th. You don't want to be getting involved in a battle, do you? I think... Yeah, see... Dixon's making headway here. And... he's looking smooth with it. In front of Dixon, you've got Senna Aegis in 8th, in 7th Vietti, and in 6th Aaron Canet. I remember this race last year with Canet, and he absolutely destroyed his tyre, didn't he? So I think he's learnt his lesson. He's looking to be as smooth as he can. Which, to be honest, is not Canet's strongest point, is he? He's just out and out quick. So it must be... Aldeguer's just put the fastest lap of the race in. He's got a 0.78 of a second lead to Garcia in 2nd place here. Dennis Onchu has received a long lap penalty now for exceeding track limits. Aldeguer was coming at the final corner. He was close to going on the green there as well. 12 laps to go. Aldeguer from Garcia, from Lopez, from Ayagura. Arenas in 5th, Canet 6th, Vietti 7th, Senna Aegis in 8th with a track limits warning. Dixon in 9th, Joe Roberts 10th. Jeremy Alcoba, by the way, is in 12th, so not too far from Dixon. He can be an absolute tool, can't he, as we know? Just ask Rory Skinner. Tell you what, at the front, there's Aldeguer is spinning up at the front already. And Garcia's also spinning up right behind him. He's run. I think Aldeguer's done his tyre already with 12 laps to go. Not the rear, it's the front. He's running wide and the front tyre is definitely the limitation here and not the rear, I'm sure. I'm sure Dixon said that on the grid. I didn't quite catch what he said about the tyre, but he did say Aldeguer's got a track limits warning now at the front. I thought he touched the green on the previous lap. He's all over. Sergio Garcia is just going to take him on the long straight now, and I think Aldeguer's toast. I genuinely think he's done his tyre. 11 laps to go. Yeah, outbreak by Garcia. Joe Roberts has got a track limit warning now. Everybody seems to be running wide, and it's the front, I'm sure. The smoothest rider that I've seen, and I'm not just saying it because I've got a Brit bias, is Jake Dixon. They are all sliding now, apart from Dixon. He looks smooth. Canet's got the rear suspension pumping there as well, which suggests a lack of grip. Ayagura is now in 3rd place. Aldeguer has retaken Garcia. He runs wide there though, does Aldeguer again. Got a late apex though. I think how far up behind is Dixon? It's showing him about 6 seconds behind. Not a problem that. If he can keep his tyre, I mean that can go in the lap, can't it? To the leader. If the tyre goes off, you can lose 4 or 5 seconds around Catalunya. If your tyre goes off in 1 lap, easily. Right, 10 laps to go. Canet's made a move on. Who did Canet make a move on there? Vietti. I thought Vietti was going to drop here, and I thought he flattered with his qualifying position, but he's in fair play to him. He's obviously got a good setup there, because we know he's a quick rider. There's no slow riders, let's be honest. Dixon now is right behind Albert Arenas. And if he can take Arenas, then Senna Aegis is there. Aegis is also on the track limits warning. And Vietti's there. You know, and Canet's not a million miles up the road, so Dixon, if he times this right, he could be picking up he's looking to get underneath Arenas there. Couldn't quite do it. Doesn't want to use too much tyre. No rush. So they're just going to be coming over the start-finish line any second now. That'll be 9 laps to go. And I'm going to say in about 10 seconds, Jake Dixon will have took Albert Arenas on the brakes into T1. There we go. Didn't even need to do it on the brakes. Right, so that's Dixon up into 8th now. Now he needs to set his sights on Senna Aegis. Don't forget to let us know who you're thinking in the chat. My pick before the race was Ayagura. Always knows how to look after a tyre. Hoping it's going to be Jake Dixon. Won here last year. He knows how to look after a tyre, knows what it takes to win around Catalunya. Just trying to work out what the gap to the front is to Aldeguer's out front currently. How far behind is Jake Dixon? So we've got Aldeguer at the front, 0.4 of a second lead over Garcia in second. Then there's a 2-second gap to Celestino Vietti's crashed at turn 10. It's a bit of a ball ache, turn 10, isn't it? Especially when your front tyre's on the... He was just coming under pressure from Jake Dixon. And Dixon wasn't involved, but... who's that gone down? Oh, they've just given Sergio Garcia a track limits warning. I thought someone else had gone down then, but they were just recovering. They were just recovering the bike from Ayagura's just taken. Canet's just taken Lopez, I should say. They were clearing Vietti's bike out. Senna Aegis, right? He's now got a long lap penalty, which is good for Dixon because Dixon's just coming up behind him now. So that'll be another position gain for Dixon. Vietti's rejoined. I thought Aldeguer went over the green then. Again, and he's already on a track limits warning. My eyesight's not the best though, but we will see. We will see. Come on, Dixon. I'm going to go with Aldeguer. Yellow flag sector 2 and 3. I don't know who that's for. I'm going to go with the front two are going to get long lap penalty. He has. There you go. I knew it. Fermin Aldeguer's got a long lap penalty exceeding track limits. My eyesight's not that bad. And I thought I saw Sergio, 7 laps to go now, I thought I saw Sergio Garcia go on the green there, currently in second. He's going to take it now, is Aldeguer, and he's crashed. He slid into the long lap loop. He had it on the nose, trying to back it in, and he's crashed. I think he'll get... I think he will... He went in far too fast. I think he's going to be able to rejoin though. Told you this race was going to be carnage. Yeah, he's not damaged the bike, I don't think. He went into the long lap loop just with carrying too much pace. So at the front now, we've got Sergio Garcia. Second, we've got Ayagura. Aaron Canet's crashed out. Canet's crashed out, and he's not rejoining. And Jake Dixon, like that, call me Nostradamus, he's up into 4th. Tried saving it, did can it there, but no chance. He made a good effort there, did Canet, trying to dig his knee in, but no, not having that. So let's have a look now. Let's have a look when we go over the line in about 2 seconds time. Let's see, let everything sort itself out. So we've got Sergio Garcia, who's on a track limits warning. He's in first place. He's got a lead of 0.7 of a second over Ayagura. Lopez is in third. Jake Dixon's in fourth. Albert Arenas is in fifth. Senna Regis is in sixth. Good effort, especially after he took his long lap penalty. Joe Roberts in seventh. He's got a track limits warning. Jeremy Alcoba, he's in 8th. Marcos Ramirez is in 9th. And Philip Salach is in 10th now. After a disappointing qualifying position for Salach. Ayagura now is closing this gap hand over fist to Garcia. It's down to 0.5 of a second. In fact, it's probably closer than that now. 6 laps to go. That's a long way still on these tyres. That's a long way on these tyres. Joe Roberts has now got a long lap penalty. Currently in 7th. But I'll tell you what, Jake Dixon is closing in on Lopez hand over fist. Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake. Do you know, even if it finished now, Dixon, this will do wonders for his season. A 4th place finish from where he qualified. He's used his loaf, looked after his tyres, kept it smooth. He's not panicked. Let everybody crash out. Let them all do what they're doing. Run your own race, and that's what he's done. And to be honest, Ayagura is right on the back of Garcia now into turn 1, 5 laps to go. He's Roberts has just taken his long lap penalty. Take it easy through there. Yeah, he did well there, did Roberts. So Alcoba moves up into 7th. Don't like Alcoba either. At the front cord, Ayagura. I mean, it's no gap at all now. It's 0.1. He's right on the pipe of Garcia. And Dixon is thousandths of a second behind Lopez. That's going to be, in the next few corners, that's going to be Dixon past Lopez. Hopefully he can pull away from him, because he's an absolute nightmare of a shithouse. Lopez, we know what he's like. He'll do some crazy lunge, or he'll do something stupid. Let's hope when he does, he just takes himself out and doesn't involve Dixon. Aldegear trudges back to the garage, gets a round of applause. He was a little bit unlucky, but he definitely mullered his front tyre from the start. That was for sure. Ayagura is all over Garcia at the front here, and Garcia's on a track limits warning as well, so he's going to have to be really careful. That's it. He's just gone onto the green there, coming onto the straight. I'm convinced. And Ayagura has just slipstreamed him. He ran wide there, did his best to stay on the track, but let's be honest, Garcia's got a track limits warning already, and he's just gone on the green. That's going to be coming his way any second now. I'm sure of it. I know what I saw. You didn't have to have eyes that have just come out of Specsavers to see that his tyres were on the green. Which means now that Dixon, who's taken Lopez now, is going to have a good shot, maybe, at second. I just want to see what the gap is, though, from Garcia to Dixon. They've not put anything up for Garcia, so it's 7.5 seconds from Garcia to Dixon. 4 laps to go, so that's, even if he does get a long lap penalty, unless he makes a balls of the long lap, like Aldegear did, it's still going to be some tall order, unless Dixon has saved his tyre. which I'm convinced he has. He knows how to win around here. I've said this already. I'm not saying he'll get Ayagura, because Ayagura does look after a tyre well, doesn't he? But we could have a 1-2 here. I had Ayagura for the win, and I was hoping Dixon would put in, hopefully, the win. But if I can get them two on in a 1-2, Dixon let Lopez have it there. He went right over his front wheel. Didn't touch. I don't think there's any love lost there, let's be honest. Ayagura's pulling away now. I was convinced that Garcia touched the green on the previous lap. Nothing's come his way though. So Dixon's now pulled away from Lopez. 3 laps to go. Lopez's tyres are shagged. Arenas is going to take him, and Jeremy Alcoba. It's only a matter of time. That just sums up his character, doesn't it? If he had a bag of sweets on Christmas Day, he wouldn't be saving any for Boxing Day, would he? So Arenas has taken Lopez now. And Lopez cuts back underneath in fair play. Pushes Arenas out wide, as he does. You can say hard but fair, but when it becomes habitual, there's an issue there. Arenas does finally get the move done. And how fitting would it be for Lopez and Alcoba, who are going to be next to each other on track, if they both take each other out? I wouldn't lose any sleep over that. In fact, I might even give it a little bit of a cheer. Right. At the front, Ayagura. Looks like, unless he does anything stupid, he's got this one in the bag. Garcia in second on a track limits warning. I thought he'd already gone over the green, but mustn't have done. And then Dixon in third, 7.2 seconds behind Sergio Garcia. Alcoba now is just taken Lopez. That could be fireworks. What's going to happen into T1? 2 laps to go. What's going to happen into T1 with... No, Lopez can't do anything. In fact, Alcoba has just took Senna Aegis as well. So it looks like Aegis is struggling with tyre. Looks like Alcoba's got a little bit more grip there. Zonta van der Gerberg is... something's gone on there. What's he getting up the steward's nose with? The gap has come down from Dixon to Garcia, 6.8 seconds with 2 laps to go. You might be saying, well, that's not enough time, but bear in mind, Garcia has got a track limits warning. So if suddenly he's got to do a long lap penalty in these last 2 laps, could get interesting with Dixon and Garcia. Van der Gerberg was for exceeding track limits. He's been given a long lap penalty. Don't do anything stupid now, Jake. Just bring it on, get it on the podium. Let's see that little smile. Bit of banding on the front of his front tyre there for Dixon, but he's looking good. Looks like he's got good drive out of 10. It'd be nice to see Ayagura's looking smooth. Yeah, onto the straight now, 1 lap to go. No pumping or anything from the rear, so as long as his front tyre's intact, he's got this one in the bag. Last lap. Ayagura in P1, Sergio Garcia with a track limits warning in P2, Jake Dixon in P3. Tony Arbolino has just been given a drop 1 position, overtaken under a yellow flag. Right. They're showing us Alcoba at the minute. He's come from 22nd on the grid. What a good ride. Brilliant. Let's have a look at the front. Let's be watching to see if Sergio Garcia is going to stay within the racing lines and not touching that green. I don't mind Garcia actually, it's just the fact that Dixon's in third and I wanted him to have that second position. Last lap. It's been definitely a race of attrition, as we knew it was going to be. MotoGP is going to be no different. In fact, with the horsepower they've got, it's going to be even worse, actually. I've not heard any tyre news from this race, which is unfortunate. But Agura, 2 more corners to go. Slides it around. Oh, he's playing with the back tyre now. Comes around the final bend, and this will be lucky young lad, a fan. Waves the flag. Agura delighted with that. Sergio Garcia in second, crosses the line now. Jake Dixon in third. Gives it one of them, does Jake. Well done, mate. Well done. You needed that, and you deserve that as well. In fourth, it's going to be Jeremy Alcoba. Fifth is Seneraja. Sixth is Arenas. Seventh is Marcos Ramirez. Eighth is Adrian Lopez. Tony Arbolino in 9th, Zonta van der Gerberg in 10th, Joe Roberts in 11th, Jorge Navarro in 12th, Philip Salach 13th, not bad after where he qualified, Messier in 14th, Darren Binder 15th. That's all she wrote, that's all who's getting any points. Fermin Aldeguia, don't know what he did there, shot off at the front, having tyre problems, ran wide. And yeah, he got a long lap penalty, went steaming into the long lap penalty lane, shall we call it, or the loop, carrying way too much speed, had the front dropped right on its nose, put his knee down and tried taking the first part of the bend, and the bike, well, the front tyre went, no you don't, straight into the gravel, which was unfortunate for him. But I was convinced, absolutely convinced, that Sergio Garcia, who was on a track limits warning already, ran onto the green, coming onto the pit straight with both his front and rear tyre. Now, my eyes are not that bad, but nothing came from the stewards. And that was, 4 or 5 laps before the end. So I don't know what I missed there. Maybe I didn't see it. Maybe I was just hoping I saw it. Still pretty sure I did see it though. So obviously these tyre issues that were occurring in this Moto 2 race, it isn't going to be any better in the MotoGP race. And let's be honest, the temperature's going up. So they are going to have to really, and I mean really, look after, especially the front. It was a bit of an issue yesterday in the sprint race. What was that, 12 laps? Today in a full race, I can see somebody getting giddy at the start and burning the tyre out and burning it out quickly. I wouldn't be surprised, here we go, Nostradamus, I wouldn't be surprised if we see somebody pull into the pits with no tyre left. That's how bad I think it's going to be in this Moto that's been missed. Everybody finishes where we just read out the finishing order. I'm convinced I saw Garcia touch the green 4 or 5 laps from the end when he was already on a track limits warning. Jake Dixon, we're back with the feed now. He's into Parc Fermé, looking delighted with himself, and why wouldn't you? He's had a rotten few months, hasn't he? He's going to go and have a look at his front tyre, is he? He timed that to absolute perfection, did Dixon, over the distance of the race. He's just gone over now getting weighed. It'll be good to see his little face light up. Well done, Jake Dixon. Championships, Garcia with Ayagura 21 points behind, Roberts 22 points behind. So that's a good win there for Ayagura. I wonder if Ayagura is going to smile when he comes into the Parc Ferme. He's not a smiler, is he? He's not a smiler. What's that saying? All right, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, you open widget. Right, let's open that. Let's just use use this time. Somebody got demoted then. Was it Arbelino who got demoted? So Roberts went up a position. I'm just trying to see if we can get a smile out of Ayagura now. He's won. We'll be getting ready for the Moto GP stream shortly, so join us for that. Here we are. We're going to get an interview from Jake Dixon. He's looking happy. What's he going to say? Let's listen. And he's saying he's delighted. Can't believe the major struggles he's been through. He had a lung contusion, so he's he's done his ankle. He's telling everyone now, despite all of his troubles, never give up. Well done, Jake Dixon. So he's had a few issues, but like he said, never give up. That's what we like to see. His overtake on Lopez, they're just showing it now. He laid it right over his front wheel. Lovely. Lopez has dished that out to plenty of people, hasn't he? Here's Ayagura. He has got a big smile on his face. That's what I like to see. He's one of my favourites, Ayagura. I like the way he rides. He can look after a tyre. And let's be honest, if you were here at the start of this stream, we picked him. Jimmy James picked him. I've told you why. He can look after a tyre. We almost give you the 1-2 with Dixon in third. Right. So on that note, thank you everybody for joining us. Please hit the subscribe button. We need to get to 1,000. Give us a like and click the notifications bell. Feel free to share the video or the stream, I should say. Shout out to our stream sponsor, jalexpetproducts.co.uk. Use the promo code Jimmy James and you will get a 5% discount on all online orders. I am Jimmy James. You've been watching Catch It Live First. We'll be back for MotoGP shortly. Go to our YouTube page and click on the notification button. We'll be back shortly.